Kelp is always a little bit of a snowball-y map mode. But for Splat 2, it's a little bit abnormally snowball-y, where it's not as snowball-y it was in Splat 1.
It's like if it gets to that last checkpoint, it's like game over, because like especially if they got Bubbles on their team. Like, Bubbles can pretty much guarantee a knockout once you get to that last checkpoint.
I think that the tower going around tree, basically, so my general philosophy on Kelp Dome, and I've written a little bit about this in the Academy, is that you want to have, it's kind of the same thing that we used to do in Splat 1, where you basically want to have like some left side pressure while someone does something on right to help that out. And I think a really good way to go about that in Splat 2 is to have like a heavy or something, kind of go right, paint, make sure you get flanked over the grates, and get Stingray while your teammates use their specials to push left, and use Stingray across the map, and just make sure that happens. While like they use like a an Ink Storm or a Bomb Rush or a Bubble Blow or Armor or something like that.
The same thing can be done with like Jet. I think just this map though specifically, because Heavy's so good at abusing those grates that
Heavy's
that's probably the better pick.
Jet.
I think both can be usable for sure. And obviously, if somebody's like a god at Charger, then you can
and
do
also
that too.
An Ink Storm weapon's kind of a good thing to try to use from right as well, because you can throw the Ink Storm there and then kind of come in from it and basically like meet up afterwards. And something that like in tower control you have to do anyway is you do have to have people go into mid, because if you have everybody just funnel into the same spot to try to defend on tower control and Kelp, you just die. Yeah. Because
because eventually they're going to get something.
One blaster can just shoot in the general direction in all three ways that you can try to get over that wall.
Any special.
Yeah, any special. So you definitely have to have people go right anyway. But if you also do the Stingray thing, because that works really good in like zones and a lot of modes to get out of your base, and it's fine. But for some reason, tower control, everybody feels the need to go get the tower before that happens. I feel like you just need to really be patient and get out of your base in tower control the same way that you would in Splat zones. And if you can do that, not the same way, but you basically need to wait for the specials and accept the fact that they're going to push the tower, because you can have a super easy push on this game mode too.
The problem with playing it like Splat zones is they're putting like any team that is pushing is putting more pressure on the their right side or your left side. They're putting way more pressure than you're going to have in a normal zones game. So you can't really approach it exactly the same way. But living in a world where Stingray exists and it's tower control, it's like you just play around the Stingray when you're on the defensive always. I actually think this is one of the biggest, like, tower control definitely sees a lot of Stingray usage, but like this specifically is definitely one where I think 2+ is like really like insanely good. Like a sloshing machine with a bunch of Saver, and then like a Jet or
52
Heavy
is really good on this map too.
52 can be a lot of special. Basically anything that wants to run special Saver to get it, so they just like die on the aggression, and then the push starts happening, and then they have it immediately.
52,
and then you have like something that's fairly quick at charging it or staying alive. So you have the one Stingray that pushes you out, and then the second Stingray follows up. To keep that going.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think curling bombs are just ridiculous on this map. You can throw them over, and it's this big flat map where you can use them to just move around the map and stuff. Especially the Rainmaker, throw a curling bomb from the Rainmaker and all that kind of stuff. But
they don't have the thing about curling bombs is they don't have the problems that some of the other bombs do with the grading. Like a lot of people a lot of the times the grading will kind of like block what the certain throws that you would normally want to be able to do that you can't do. Whereas if you got your bounces
unless
with curling
bombs,
3
mains of bomb range.
Well, even then sometimes, like if I'm on top mid and I want to bombard their street, I can't do that.
Yeah,
with burst
that's
bombs.
true.
Like,
but curling bombs, it can.
Like curling bombs,
right
I can spam on it.
Yeah, and also if you're locked in your base, you can throw curling bombs over the wall, and they'll just bounce around mid and paint everything for you. Especially like a 52, you got special Saver, you respawn, you have the whole map you have your whole base to paint, because you basically tell your teammates that if you throw a sprinkler on the spawn, I'm going to break your hands.
Yeah.
And and you have all that to work with, and even if it gets to the point where you don't, you can just throw the curling bombs up in the mid and stuff, and it's just really, really useful.
But yeah, there's definitely arguments to be made for
different weapons.
Double Stingray, like one aggressive one, either 52 or Sloshing Machine, or even Clash if you really like Clash. Like I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah,
but
even though
there's some people that are really good with it. But
I mean, maybe even the Dually Squelchers with a lot of special Saver might end up being a really good thing to do.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Depending on its sub as well, if it's something to be aggressive with, you can.
Yeah, maybe like comebacks in some special Saver, maybe not just a ton of special Saver, because it's actually it's pretty good at charging.
I like 3 mains of special Saver on like some special charge on like Stinger weapons in general. But and then just like sub Saver too. But either way, we're getting into it. Tower control Kelp Dome, game 1. 2 teams that have been performing well, have the same score right now. I expect a good match.
Yep, the bubble straight coming out of Stereo, but actually Downlord here is weirdly enough they're actually going Vanilla Pro and Dually Squelcher. So double point sensor. And double mid-range
point
weapon
sensor
with
spam.
the point sensor.
Point sensor spam actually can be pretty nice.
Yeah, but you usually see it on something like a 52 and a dual exposure, or 52 and a Vanilla Pro, or whatever else. Yeah, new Slosh Machine. Yeah. Like, it's not usually these
Neo Slash Machine actually kind of makes it like all those old point sensor comps aren't as relevant anymore. Yeah. But right now we see Super Thirsty Dads with the opening push right now. 3v2 situation. Ooh. Nice kill on Mars right there as they get back on the tower. So now we're going to get to see some of this kind of stuff that we talked about earlier. Will that Stingray be able to help? Will the Bubble Blower come out? Will OG be able to avoid feeding right now? There's a trade situation. 3v2 Stingray at the ready though. Is it going to go off? It will. It's going to go here on the tower, but it's not really getting any kills.
There's no follow-up.
There's no follow-up on it. Yeah, so they're basically just going to get right back on the tower after this, as we see them do. And there's going to be not much to stop them. Laxus looks like he's going to be the one to flank over to the right. The Slash Machine wants to get up and over the wall, but he is taken out with a trade right now. Stereo right now gets that.
So gets that kill. Oh, nice Laxus right there.
All right,
that's
so it's
a
full wipe. All right, so that was basically going to be a knockout, and now OG turned it into a situation where we can get a knockout in tower control. Kelp Dome as well, which is definitely doable. So we'll see what their pressure is able to look like if they're able to kind of take the map right now. We see Laxus here in the middle of the map just kind of painting, putting pressure on someone that's trying to go up their street at them. I believe that's a Splashmatic. It is. Will he get the kill? No, he does not. Multiple people come up, and that is going to be stop of that little taking map control.
Yeah, he just didn't get enough support from his team quick enough, and didn't have enough, like, basically just didn't have enough payment on the map to make a play like he was trying to do right there. Yeah. And it was really dangerous, and just, Super Thirsty Dads punched it.
Alright, and we see the Bubble Blower actually does get a kill right there as Stereo is going to put pressure onto this person in mid. Gets a revenge kill right now. That is going to push him, though. He can't be too unsafe right now. There's going to be a burst bomb coming. Are you going to die to it? Oh, whew, that was so risky from Stereo. And he is able to survive that, though.
Was that a little squidback right there?
I'm not sure. It looks like it might have been. I don't really know if there's any history between these guys. Bubble Blower is at the ready. OG is in the center of the map. They have two specials right now, so it looks like that Stingray could be used to get the push started. No, they're going to use Bubble Blower to get the push started. Will he do much, though? A member gets taken out. Someone dies to the Bubble Blower. Another member of Super Thirsty Dad dies to the Bubble Blower, but the tower isn't moving right now. So, again, we've seen so much of this tournament where teams sort of get, like, good instances of control, but the objective isn't played during it. So, like, the tower doesn't move now until, Super Thirsty Dads is already respawned and has a special.
Yeah, like both times he used Bubbler there, I was actually about to say, oh, that probably wasn't the best time to use the Bubbler, and then he gets one kill with it, and so I'm like, oh, maybe that was okay. But like that second one, definitely, like, should have held on to that until they got the tower moving. Yeah,
no, definitely. I mean, of course, I've said it a bunch of times.
But he's getting a lot of really good kills right now.
Yeah, he is getting a lot of really good kills. And, some of them it's been a little bit risky, and it's still paid off for him. But,
nice help from Mars.
With the save right there. And now they have, same situation again. They have the Stingray and the Bubble Blower. What is going to happen? Stereo right now, he pops the Bubble
Blower early again.
Burn it early on the wrong side of the map. I definitely don't agree with this.
Yeah, you want to save the Bubble Blower for an area that you're trying to take from the enemy.
Taking on the right side of the right side of this mid area towards the enemy base is definitely where you'd want to do that kind of push. Now, armor is up. He does have a sploosh nearby. We have the Slash Machine trying to get some kills in. There's a check right there. You need to be careful because there's probably going to be someone coming from spawn right now. Yep, he is. He's over there to the at the snipe area. And what is starting to happen now?
Nice fall-off shots on ice right there. That was huge. That definitely opened this up. That's 3 down. It's just the Splashmatic. Laxus is in the base right now.
He has the Bubble Blower in the right spot this time. How will he use it? Stingray's also at the ready. This is definitely look good for OG right now. Bubble Blower
brings it maybe a little early, but not as bad this time.
Yep, and the third Bubble Blower is going to go over here and get some
kill. Eris is completely out of position now.
Wow, this might be a knockout. For OG right now, as Thatso's trying desperately to stop something from happening right now. Iso's also trying to go back for the flank, but Mars is going to take that. Even though Mars dies right now, the tower's still moving. If the Slash Machine turns around and gets a kill, no, he can't. Lax seems to be the last one up, but this is definitely a game-winning push. 40 seconds left.
Run, Laxus, run!
Get out of there. Get a straight line. Just go. And yeah, no, this is definitely a game-winning push for OG right now. There's going to be one opportunity for Super Thirsty Dads to be able to knock this out. And even though Super Thirsty Dads has had dominance of the map for most of this game, they got one push at the beginning of the game, and that was their only real push. They haven't really shown the ability to just win the game off when there's only 15 seconds left on the clock right now. Now, Laxus is going to go down. There's a little bit of scatter from from OG right now, but is that a bad thing? Bubble Blower's at the ready.
Actually,
Bubble Blower actually gets taken out right now. if this machine can get Stingray and he can actually Stingray when his teammates are pushing forward this time, that'll be a good look. But there's no specials left from Super Thirsty Dads right now. What is going on right now? All right, Laxus gets taken out. The tower's starting to push now. It's getting back towards that 30-point mark. Mars over here is going to try to do something about it, but he is going to be pressured by a lot of splash damage from Super Threads right now. The Stingray's going down. This is going to stop the tower, but everybody else needs to get in position. Mars is going to get on the tower, and that is going to be it.
No, that was a really good game right there.
Yeah,
actually.
That was a great game. What a comeback from OG in that set, because they were basically on the back foot that whole time.
Oh yeah, and then I mean, it really came down to Stereo was the one on the pro, right?
Yeah.
It came down to Stereo's not using effective bubbles early on.
Once he used it the right way, they got it to 7.
They used the right bubbles at the right time, and suddenly the game was easy for them. And then so really that was very much a highlight on proper special use, and I think they had the better comp for especially that map mode.
Yeah.
So it's definitely solid.
Yeah. Now this. It makes me wonder what this next match is going to be like. Now, Muscle Forge Zone's definitely really aggressive, really, swingy map zone.
I really hate this mode.
Really?
I put it in, but it's not my favorite just because, I feel like more so than most, Humpback is the other one where it's it's just specials. Special pushes are all that matter.
That is pretty true, and similar to Humpback, the only real way up into the enemy base is to do some crazy thing over to the right. But I don't know. I feel like this map, you can definitely, even if you can't actually get all the way into their spawn, you can put so much pressure on the enemy team. After you take the zone right now. But
it's just hard to clear people out from that whole ramp on site.
Right. Yeah.
So even if you just throw a bunch of bombs down there, there's still probably some spot where they're hiding that you can't deal with correctly, and it's a weird angle that makes it hard for specials to push from there, and especially going further in, you don't want to have to use your specials to take that spot, and when you do, you can't take the middle of the map.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
So
that is true. I don't know. I guess.
I'm not saying that I thought it was a bad mode. I just don't like.
You just don't like it personally. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say because I feel like this is something you can definitely play to win on and such. But we're about to see how it goes right now.
These player cams, man.
These player cams are funny, man. I like them a lot.
I love it.
All right, here we get started. So we have a Neo Machine, double armor coming from OG. We have Vanilla Pro, and wow, look at all these off.
Double point sensor again.
Yeah, double point sensor. This actually looks like it's going to be the same comp coming out of OG, aside from switching what the machine is.
Yeah. They don't need the indirect damage for the tower now, so they're.
I'm sorry, what STD? I'm sorry, Super Thirsty Dads hasn't switched except for that one.
Yep.
The one Stingray weapon. But yeah, no, this is definitely a bloodbath.
That 25 points was free.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but this could also be one of the situations where you lose the zone at the start of the game in the opening gambit, and then you get the kills, and then you just completely you push everything out. So Missile's going down right now, but not really in tandem with that much pressure.
Yeah, it was a little too early there for something real to happen.
Yeah.
But Ice is going in with a little decent amount of map control. If the team helps him here, no, not quite in time, but the rain coming in, I think we're going to get zone here.
The 96 right now is going to be pushed back as Inkjet goes down. Other members of Super Thirsty Dads are pushing up right now to get
I'm
OG
so surprised he
out of the
didn't kill that person there.
Yeah, but it looks like actually a member of Super Thirsty Dad was taken out during that exchange. So even though they have area control right now, they're starting to lose
awareness
numbers,
there from OG,
and that is going to be basically a full wipe right now. Once they get the splatter shot, they do, and let's see what the push looks like. They have plenty of time to get into good position right now. The machine is just trying to build some meter. Looks like you have some other members that are going flanking up right now, and Armor's already at the ready. The Armor's going to go down as members of Super Thirsty Dads
are close to bomb rush.
Yeah.
Get it.
He definitely needs to get this bomb rush to make all this, not frontline position worth it. He gets the bomb rush, and actually his team just gets the wipe right now.
Last one's point sensor. They can't do anything right now. This is going to get down to at least 20 now.
Yep, and it looks like he's going to actually use the bomb rush on this missile user. Not my recommended action right now, but but his teammates are able to really make something of their positioning elsewhere in the map, and basically there was twice that Slashing Machine really didn't make the grandest play. But his teammates were able to get a bunch of kills otherwise, and look at what the clock is right now. They basically haven't let go of zone since they first got it back.
That bomb rush was so funny to me. It's this guy in particular needs to die now.
It's how dare you back up from me? Think I won't burn bomb rush?
Oh my gosh!
But wow, really quick game too from
OG's looking real strong in this set right now. I was actually kind of leaning towards Super Thirsty Dads.
I was too. I thought that it was oh man, Super Thirsty Dads was definitely dominating for most of that game. And it seemed like, you know, it might have been one of those cases where OG just got that last-second push. That was just like, I don't want to say not deserved, but sometimes, you know, a team is dominating and
they
they'll
just
lose
get on a roll.
They'll lose to like a last second push, but no, like that was
decisive.
That was very decisive. And like we kind of watched like the machine kind of like, okay, I'm gonna like step back while my teammates push up and get bomb rush. You know, teammates basically use armor to get a contain going, then he was gonna show up bomb rush afterwards. His teammates got all the kills anyway, so he didn't need to do it, and then he wasted the bomb rush on that on the missile user. But during all of that, his team just completely
they just kept getting the kills. So
they just kept getting the kills, so it didn't matter. Yeah, and it was just really dominant. Now we're going to have Rainmaker on Mako Mart. So this is definitely an interesting game mode.
Might be my favorite Rainmaker in this game, actually.
I like it a lot.
I love the way that you can play this because you're not funneled into one path, and there's not like a clearly better one.
Yeah,
like left is like always safer, but right gives you the points,
so many points,
more points faster. So it's like it really comes down to, in the moment, you have to make that decision, and your whole team has to be on the same page.
Especially if you get one of those deep blues pushes where you just get a wipe when you're sort of close to the side of the map and just like just take it right on up into that goal. But you know, the Rainmaker matches on this map definitely, they either are an instant knockout or they're like epic. Yeah. There's like basically no in between. And these teams have definitely been going back and forth, these two sets. So I'm expecting some more of that. Now, I really want to see if Super Thirsty Dads can bring it back. Super Thirsty Dads basically like dominated most of the first game, but didn't quite get a really good push after the first push.
Didn't clutch it out.
And OG, when they did make their push, all the things that they were doing wrong, they stopped making those mistakes for that push, and that's why they basically got it to 7.
Yeah.
You know, and then Super Thirsty Dads basically did not
go into
that
first
game
2. Like I feel like the first game so much about it, like was just OG winning off the comp. It was like eventually they were going to win that game as long as they did their specials
they did the right thing. Yeah, you're right. It could have been just OG just not making the right decisions, and that's why Super Thirsty Dads was able to really keep mid control. But once they actually stopped messing up, it was a win. We'll see how it goes in the game 3 right now. Rainmaker, Mako Mart.
No more dually squelchers.
Yeah, what kind of
one single tier
right now? So it's like somebody dies from the pop right there on Super Thirsty Dads, I believe. And OG has a Rainmaker. They're starting to push it over here to the right. Some members going down, and Aris is not in position. The Rainmaker's moving right away. No, it gets stopped in that kind of that little choke point area. And this is something
full wipe there. OG's going to get some points here.
All right, there are people above to try to stop this.
25 already. Oh man, that's a very strong push. It's not unbeatable for sure, but it definitely puts some pressure on us.
Bubble are going down right now. The Rainmaker pops, but are they going to be able to stop? All right, that's good. They basically baited Stereo into picking up the Rainmaker there. Maybe not the best decision, but it played out really well. Now they're going to start to move up and take the map right now, but they do need to worry about the Rainmaker. It's not pop, so it's not going to reset. Hopefully one of them realizes that pretty quickly, as they are able to kind of get some control of mid right now. You know, they have some specials ready, 2 splashdowns. You know, playing that tournament earlier this week where we had to play against Deep Blues, where they were basically using like double, triple splashdown every game. It was so obnoxious. Like basically every time you started to do something, a bunch of splashdowns went down at once and just nuked an entire area. Definitely made me reconsider my thoughts on splashdown. But OG is able to get the Rainmaker push forward. I didn't exactly catch how the Rainmaker found its way back to the
I think
middle
someone
map.
went back to base, and then the rest of the team died as that happened, so OG is just now on the front foot again.
And looks like Mars right here is starting to try to get a little bit aggressive. There is someone over here to the right.
Such an awkward spot to be in right now.
Yeah, it looks like they got 2 kills right now. The Rainmaker is moving over to the left, so Mars is going to go ahead here and flank to the right, put some pressure on this person that would be able to stop the Rainmaker, and the Rainmaker does get taken out. Anyway, Mars is going to go over here back to the front line if he can make the jump.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that to myself.
I thought he was about to miss it again for a second. And he has splashdown, so will he use it? Oh, no! He fell down that little spot right there. Man. He does get a kill, so it's not the worst situation ever, but that definitely should not have been a situation where...
shouldn't have been a trade.
Yeah, he basically should have gotten a clean kill and not died to the splashdown, but unfortunately for him, Aris is going to be able to take out Laxus right here. The Rainmaker still picked up, though, Aris. You're not in position to stop this. You only have one teammate that could potentially even be stopping the Rainmaker right now.
He's not going for it either. It's all the way down to 13, and the rest of his team's dead.
Ooh,
oh, my gosh. That's a knockout.
Oh, man. Not the best awareness right there from Aris. Man, there was a lot of spunk in Super Thirsty Dad's play at the beginning of that set, and it just
it's like I mean that looks a lot like OG just warming up again. Like we said before, like it looked like they warmed up as the set went on. But like obviously they've been playing since then, so I don't know if that was just like maybe they were like not feeling great from the set before or something.
Maybe.
I mean, we watched them. Didn't they win that one? Or did they lose?
I think they.
Oh my gosh.
Pyric.